What's going on, guys? It's Austin here with the Upswing Report. And this video is all about answering the question, am I working hard enough? As I'm sure you know, hard work is a major key to success in any field. Whatever you're doing, if you're not working hard, your chances of succeeding are slim to none. So then the question is, well, how do you know if you're working hard enough? I made this video to answer that exact question. So if that sounds good, let's get right into it. I remember like 5 years ago, I was reading Sam Walton, who founded Walmart, his book. It mentioned something along the lines of his work ethic and how hard he worked. And it got me thinking, I wonder if I'm working hard enough, or am I slacking in certain areas and I'm not quite aware of that? I remember that distinct point putting me kind of on this journey to uncovering hard work, what that meant for me, and how to make sure that I was working hard enough. And if you work for yourself, or you're in management, or you're kind of near the top where there's no one really breathing down your back and making sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, it can be hard to make sure that you're on your game and you're not slacking and you're putting in that hard work. So here are a few things that I found are very important to make sure that you keep on working hard. One of the first things is to make sure that you love what you're doing. You know, there's that quote that says, if you love what you're doing, you won't work a day in your life. Well, you know, that's kind of true, but at the end of the day, you're always gonna have to go through certain things that you don't really wanna do. But overall, if you're passionate about what you're doing and you're excited every day to go in and do what you're doing for work, then you're gonna have longevity and you're gonna be able to push through and you're gonna be able to keep working hard. On the flip side, if you hate what you're doing, eventually you're gonna get burnt out. Money can only motivate you so much. Position and power can only motivate you so much. You really have to have a passion. Like Steve Jobs would always say, you have to absolutely love what you do. And if you haven't found what you love to do, just keep on searching because you will find it. You might say, oh, I'm getting older and older and I'm not really there exactly what I love to do. Well, here's the deal. You're gonna be living on either way. So might as well find what you love and do it so that you can enjoy the rest of your life and help out the rest of the world because you're adding value, because you're doing what your purpose is. The second thing that is very important for you to make sure that you're keeping on track are the numbers. If you're just looking at qualitative results, meaning non-numbers results, you're feeling good about certain things, those can be deceiving. J.D. Rockefeller once said, I chart my course by numbers. That means that if you're not making sure that you have hard numbers on what you're doing, then it's gonna be hard to make sure that you're putting in the work. That being said, not all numbers are created equal. For example, if you're in sales and you're going off of closed deals, that's hard for you to control. In fact, it's actually impossible for you to control. If you go back up that process to what you can actually wholly control, that's how many times you're dialing the phone, or that's how many emails you're sending prospects. So make sure that the numbers that you're tracking are the numbers that you can completely control. Again, you cannot control whether or not a prospect says, yes, let's move forward with the deal or not, but you can control your effort and what you're putting in. So make sure you're keeping track of your numbers. The third thing that I recommend to make sure that you're working hard is to realize that you're actually going against yourself. I'm self-employed, so 85 to 90% of the time I'm working by myself. I do have some business partners, but generally day to day I'm working by myself. But if you're in an environment where you're not by yourself and there's even people around you, you just have to make sure that you really are going against yourself. And this is where some qualitative stuff does come into play. Yes, it's good to measure your results, but really look inside yourself and dig deep and realize that you can push further and you can keep going. Bruce Lee said it best. He said, I don't count how many sit-ups I do. I count how many sit-ups I do after it starts to burn. The pain right there, that's exactly what you kind of should be focusing on. When you don't want to move forward and you don't want to keep pushing through those barriers you have in your mind, that's when you can experience growth. So make sure that every time you kind of come against a challenge, you look at it as this is gonna be a growth opportunity for myself so that you can keep pushing. Remember that you're against yourself at the end of the day. Yes, there's people out there. Yes, there's competition. Yes, there's people that you can kind of compete against. But at the end of the day, your number one person that you should be competing against is yourself. The last thing I recommend that you can make sure that you're working hard is to go to the gym and work out. At first, you might be wondering why the heck would going to the gym make sure that I'm working hard in business or at my job or whatever else I'm doing. Here's the deal. In life, there are so many variables, especially if you're starting your own business, maybe your relationships, there's tons of things that could happen. But at the end of the day, the gym is super simple. If you eat right and you push weights and you're breaking down your muscles, you will grow and you will get more fit. as you do that. 1 + 1 = 2 in the gym, and there's no other variables. In life, unfortunately, it's not always that easy. So by making sure that you're working out, not only are you gonna be living a healthier lifestyle, but the fact is you can make sure that if you're at the gym and you're saying to yourself, I'm working hard, but you're still overweight, you're not looking good when your shirt's off, well, the fact is you can say, look, no excuses. I know that I'm not putting in the proper work. Maybe it's not in the gym, maybe my diet's not on point. And if you can really zone in your diet and your workouts at the gym, then you can make sure that you know at the bottom of your heart that I'm working hard, and take that same work ethic and apply it to whatever else you're doing. Your work, business, your relationships, whatever that might be. Everything that you learn in the gym can be applied back into any area of your life. If you have no idea where to start at the gym, I actually made a video recently on how to build that Greek god physique, starting with the diet and workout tips. So I'm gonna link it right up here so you can go check that out. All right, before I end this video, I wanna give one word of caution. Yes, hard work is very important. Like I said, if you don't have hard work in terms of your routine and that's not a part of your daily life, you're really not gonna succeed. It's gonna be too tough to succeed. That all being said, hard work should be also coupled with strategy and smart work as well. If you're just focused on slamming your head into the wall, I'm working hard, I'm grinding, but you're not taking a step back and reading and recharging your batteries and strategizing and looking around, while even though success is necessary for success, it doesn't mean that if you work hard, you will succeed. So if you couple the hard work with strategy and working smart, that is going to increase your chances to succeed in whatever you're doing. And part of working smart is also having rest. That's why on Sundays, I usually try to take the day off. I don't do any work and I just kind of recharge my batteries. If you've ever read Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, the 7th habit is sharpening the saw, which means you're chopping down a tree and you're not taking time to sharpen your saw. You're gonna spend more time and more effort, and it's gonna take you longer to chop down that tree than if you took some time in between your chops to sharpen your saw. So again, that's very important, not to just to work hard, but work smart as well. That's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a thumbs up and also subscribe if you haven't already. And before you go, I'd love to hear what your favorite tip in this video was in order to make sure that you're working hard. Go ahead and leave it right now in the comment section and I'll reply to all the comments. That's it for today's video. Thank you for sticking around to the end, and I will see you in the next one. All right, that's it. Let's go.